Are you struggling with all the demands of seeing patients and getting out of the clinic on time? If so, today's tips are for you, and I'm going to uncover my steps that you can follow to ensure that you get home on time from your days at the office. Step number 1 involves focusing on ensuring you get the proper diagnosis. All treatment starts from the proper diagnosis. If we don't have the right diagnosis, it doesn't matter what type of treatment you do. Even if it's excellent, it's not going to be right. You got to make sure right from the start you're getting the right diagnosis. So ensure you spend ample time making sure you're getting all those diagnoses correct. That is the most important step to the whole process. That leads us to step number 2, which is performing excellent surgeries. Now, if you do terrible surgeries, you're going to constantly be fixing your old work. If you do excellent surgeries, it's very unlikely that you'll have to fix those things long term. Try not to get distracted by the oil change that your car needs or the item that you need to buy at the grocery store on your way home. While those things are important, they're not as important as doing an excellent surgery while you're doing it. So making sure you're spending that time hyper-focused on the surgery is the second most important step to getting out of the clinic on time. The third way to ensure you get out of there on time is to leverage your staff to do anything that you do not have to do. For example, in dental school, you do every step of every treatment. You bring patients back, you anesthetize them, you drill down their tooth, you make them a temporary crown, you glue on the temporary crown, you dismiss the patient, you document the note. A lot of steps. Out in clinical practice, you don't need to do it all. You need to delegate some of those tasks. You might learn that your assistant is excellent at making temporary crowns. This allows you to anesthetize the patient, complete the tooth preparation, and then you're done in there. Your patient is now with your assistant, and he or she is making the temporary crown while you're a few doors down doing a hygiene check or starting to anesthetize your next patient. This is an excellent way to save time. Step number 4, teach your staff how you document. If you teach your staff how to document, you're going to save yourself a ton of time at the end of the day working on documentation. To that end, I have template notes that my assistant or my hygienist, whoever I'm seeing a patient with, knows, and he or she will drop those into the chart for me. Likewise, when I'm completing an exam, I'll often cue myself in with specific phrases. So I'll tell my assistant, hey, Susie, please type 4x4 millimeter raised papilloma on the uvula. She'll type that into the note, and then at the end of the day, when I'm going through all my documentation, I'll read that line and it'll cue me back into that patient, and it'll also cue me into other things that might have been going on during that exam. But making sure I have that vital piece of information as well as the reminder to write about it is an excellent way to save time during the day, not going back to your office to work on documentation. Let me know what steps you take to ensure that you get out of the clinic on time. If you have any questions, please reach out to me on my Instagram or Facebook pages at The Educated Associate or online at theeducatedassociate.com. And in the meantime, and as always, stay drilling, my friends.